Alright, before we start, I need to say something important. This is my opinion, and if you don't like it, that's not my problem. Red Mist is a very strange juggernaut. It's been changed a lot of times, and not for the better, according to the gameplay of Red Mist Melee with a dash. Almost the entire gameplay revolves around E ability, because Red Mist itself is quite slow. But this juggernaut can also do some pretty interesting combos. But the main problem is that it is primarily a single target. But everything changes when the player has less than half health and ego has accumulated. He gets 40% defense, increases a little damage for everything, and makes it possible to use the ego R ability. Although I almost didn't play on Red Mist, but as a juggernaut, it's quite normal. Plus, the developers will change it a lot in the next update.
I'll be honest with you, gentlemen, I can't stand Mihawk. I find it slow, lazy, and utterly boring gameplay completely unappealing. Still, he's the slowest juggernaut in the game, and also the very first. Since his appearance, his gameplay hasn't changed, but only the formula for maximum HP has been adjusted. Its gameplay consists of slow, heavy attacks that deal significant damage and feature a large hitbox. He also has a leap, allowing him to soar briefly and accelerate through the sky. Upon landing, it deals damage as well. Its gameplay concept is quite interesting, but why do I despise it? Because all of his attacks can be cancelled, except for the leap, which allows him to play in an entirely different manner. Nearly all the mains of this marvelous juggernaut rely on it, which feels to me like some form of cheating. If you evaluate Mihawk without cancelling attacks, he's absolute rubbish. However, if you cancel attacks, he becomes exceptionally powerful.
Filibuster was once my main, but not anymore. The gameplay of this juggernaut is quite different from others. It has melee, ranged, and dash. It would seem that he should be strong, but although there is melee, the damage is small. Both M1 and abilities. Range is very weak and inconvenient except for an ability that hits a large area and deals lethal damage. And dash, which deals damage when hit. In fact, the Filibuster has only two strengths, its HP and Obstructa. If we evaluate him, he is very weak and can only win on small maps. Beta is a very well-rounded juggernaut. If not briefly, he has 3 items: Cubic Essence, Retro Essence, and Ranger Essence. Cubic Essence is melee, but the damage from attacks is weak, but the abilities are very strong. Cubic Essence has 2 abilities. The first of them Leap does the same thing as Mihawk, but faster and with less damage. And the second is provided with a +1 X attack bonus for the following 15 seconds, which is very strong. Retro Essence also melee. The damage from the M1 is quite large, but the M1 is too slow. His abilities are also quite interesting. Does the same thing as Stomp. The damage of the pillars is 2 times less, but if those that were caught directly in front of the user are instead dealt 105 damage, and also the animation of use is different. And the last item is Ranger Essence, which is obvious from the name Range. It doesn't do much damage, and while Ranger Essence is equipped, the user's walk speed will be reduced by 4. But the main ability is Zoner, which creates a zone that deals 15 damage and imposes a curse. Beta is even a very strong juggernaut, and you need to know how to play it.
The scariest facts about mainers Doomguy. Doomguy mainers do not use Crucible and Rip and Tear. Crucible is very inconvenient to use and WHY if you have a chainsaw. Rip and Tear is to rest, so forget about IT. On a map with a terrible name, you can swing on the poles only one. Then do you know about IT? All mainers put him in SSS tier because they have
Hale was just a mid-juggernaut before this update. Just so you understand, the developers made such a strong hitstun, which makes it literally the weakest. Anyway, although he only has one item, he has 4 abilities. Critical hit doubles the damage of the next hit. If it misses, the cooldown is doubled. Charge, which makes lunging forward and deals the same damage as a punch. Its distance depends on hold. Leap and Slam is actually one ability, because without Leap you can't use Slam. The hit deals 75 damage, and the Leap does the same as any other Leap. Hale is complete trash right now. If you want to ask where the vessel is, I played it literally once in a month. It fell out once, and I still didn't understand how it was played. But, according to the gameplay of other people, he is a solid normal juggernaut